Hello my sweeties and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Celise and thank you for joining my spooky little family. In today's video, we will be talking about Abigail. Let's get into the video. Hello.
Hey, Spooky.
I'm here in my cute shirt from Peeping Tomb. Do you like it? It says Bloodsucker. And today we're talking about a vampire ballerina. So.
It's a cute shirt. I feel like the ballerina part was irrelevant to mention, though. I mean, it's relevant to the movie, but it's irrelevant to the shirt.
It's super cute.
Like if it would have been like a tutu.
Vibes.
This one was, what was this one about? I don't even remember what it was about now. Can you tell me what it was about?
Directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olphin and Tyler Gillett. Starring Melissa Barrera, Catherine Newton, Dan Stevens, Alicia Weir, and Angus Cloud. Abigail follows a group of would-be criminals who kidnap the 12-year-old ballerina daughter of a powerful underworld figure. All they have to do to collect a $50 million ransom is watch the girl overnight. In an isolated mansion, the captors start to dwindle one by one, and they discover, to their mounting horror, that they're locked inside with no normal little girl. What a synopsis! And so many names. Wow. I hope everyone's name was not butchered. I am sorry in advance.
It's great because you don't even need to go see the movie. You can just watch the 3-minute trailer and you get everything.
That's actually really true. It's kind of unfortunate. The trailer for this movie, it shows a lot and it gives a lot away.
Look, let's not get too lost in the sauce here because we'll get to that part. Let's start off with the performances.
Yes. So this was a very exciting day to go to the theater to see this movie because it was the return of Melissa Barrera since the whole Scream situation. And this is her first collaboration with Radio Silence that is not Scream related. So that was fun to see that. And I was very excited to see her back on the screen. She is my Scream queen. I love her. She does a great job in this movie, as usual. I mean, I don't know. She has a good time. I feel conflicted on all of the characters in this movie, and that goes hand in hand with the performances that we're going to talk about. I found that a lot of the characters were a little bit hard to relate to. I think out of all of them, Melissa Barrera's character is the most relatable, which maybe that was on purpose. I don't know.
No, she was great, though. She was good. You know, well, we'll get to that in the story, but she was great. She brought a lot of depth to it in a role that really didn't have that much depth. It's kind of like a generic horror movie character.
If there is one thing that Melissa Barrera does really well in any movie is nail all of the emotional beats. She is so good at that, and I love her for that. She's always like so vulnerable and really invested in the character. So I love that. Immediately did love the character because she is playing her. Actually, fun little trivia moment. Did you know that Melissa revealed that this was one of the bloodiest movies she's ever worked on?
Really?
And she did Scream. And apparently this was bloodier than that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Things were exploding. Another thing that I really liked about Melissa's character is I actually found out that she named her character herself, which was really interesting. Her character name that's later revealed is Ana Lucia Cruz. And she apparently chose this to reference Dracula. And Cruz actually means cross. So she thought it was like something fun because a cross can kill a vampire. And I thought that was really fun. I love that they like include everything she wants. They really work with her. And I think that shows. Now we can move on to our new queen, our little Scream queen, Alicia Weir, who I had never seen before this movie, and she plays our little ballerina. The directors were apparently so impressed by Alicia Weir's dancing that they added even more dance sequences than they had originally planned for. So I thought that was really cool. I did not know before reading the trivia that she was doing all her own dancing. Go off. She was super, super good. I also love that, according to her, it was like easy for her to play the role by differentiating between Abigail and Abby. So Abby is like when she's first just like appearing to be like normal and like just a little dancer, and then Abigail's when she is her vampire form. It was really cute. She said that like she made Abigail appear more confident and talk more like an adult, and I could really see that in the performance. I was like, go off.
Yeah, that's great. She's good.
Yeah, she's good. We love her. Can't wait to see her in more. And now moving on to Angus Cloud, who I was very excited to see here, but also very sad. Love Angus Cloud, R.I.P. an icon. He does so good in this movie. He does good in everything. He's just such a likable actor, and he's great in this role. Granted, I do think that he was getting typecast a little bit, but he still makes it so fun. He's very natural, and you could just tell that he makes everybody naturally laugh. So I really appreciated all his moments, specifically with Katherine Newton, who obviously is great in the movie. There's not much I have to say about Katherine Newton. We all know, we all love and stan, and she's been killing it this year. Lisa Frankenstein, and then this, like, she's like, I am taking the crown soon. You know, she's like, I am here to be a Scream Queen. She's dedicated. And after you've seen this movie, there's one sequence with her that I'm like, girl, you were dedicated.
That was a great scene. That was actually probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah. And it's funny because she has such an inconsequential character, but she really makes the movie shine, in my opinion. That was a really great scene.
Yeah, she does. She's great. And then we can talk about Dan Stevens, which everyone is really excited about and talking a lot about. The first time I saw Dan Stevens was in this movie with Micah Monroe called The Guest. I did really like that movie. I actually forgot that was him. Like, I don't know why I didn't connect the two. Like, I was just like, oh my god, Dan Stevens from Beauty and the Beast. Like, I just forgot he was in The Guest.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. So he was good. I liked him. I was kind of confused with his accent. I'm going to be real. We find out that his character is from Queens. And listen, I'm from Queens. And now I know I'm a Puerto Rican from Queens, so we have a different accent altogether. But like, his Queens accent, I don't know if that's accurate. I guess I'm just picky about the Queen's accents, but yeah, he did good. He looked like he had a lot of fun. I do feel like this character was a little bit shallow. There was like really no depth to his character. So like later on in the movie, and we'll talk about that when we get to story, just I'm like, what?
I think he did a good job.
He did. No, he did. He was good. He sold everything.
I think he did what he could with the character he was given.
I think so, too. Let's talk about some things that we liked about this story.
It was cute.
It was very cute. It was fun. There was a lot of great fight sequences. I cannot deny I love a good fight sequence. I am a fight girly. Love that. Love it. All good. Love the practical effects as well.
Great makeup, too. Especially that scene that we were talking about with Katherine Newton. Really great makeup.
I think this film is one of those that are just like a silly, fun time. It's definitely a popcorn movie. Definitely one to go to with your friends. However, while the movie is really fun, I do love the setting. I do love the whole thing. I love the campiness of it. I love this, ballerina vampire. Like, how much more ridiculous can we get? I love that. But I do feel like with the film, where some of my negatives come in, is the fact that the film feels a little bit too much like Radio Silent's previous work. Like, it feels very much like Ready or Not, and I believe Ready or Not came out in like 2019, and I feel like this movie feels like 2019.
Yeah.
And while I really like their directing style, and I think they understand horror and they understand camp, and like the movie is fun, it's not a bad movie, I just think they're a little bit stuck in their ways, and I think they need to like kind of get out of their comfort zone a little bit. Some things that suffered for me in the story is that the characters they don't really feel like people. Like, they just feel kind of shallow, and you don't really get a chance to really care about them except for Melissa's character, and even then, it's a little bit, because you don't really get too much of any of the characters' story. Really, the only story you get is from her, and it's very, very little.
You know, this is kind of a thing I've noticed with a lot of horror comedy lately. It seems like we've kind of hit the logical ceiling of this style of horror comedy, this tone. You know, you're Ready or Not, you're... is that The Babysitter? Is that one, right? That's a movie, right? I'm not making
Oh, yeah, The Babysitter,
The
right.
Babysitter. There's a couple other I'm forgetting, obviously, but that kind of style of horror comedy.
Happy Death Day?
Happy Death Day, Freaky. You know, those movies. Is that Freaky, right? Yeah. Freaky, those kinds of movies. You know, like that style we have exhausted. It was relevant in 2016 to 2019. And we're like 5 years after it stopped being funny.
Yeah.
That I kind of feel the same as you. Like, there's nothing extremely negative to say. You know, if I was going to make any critiques, maybe, like, honestly, part of me kind of, like, didn't give a shit about Melissa Barretta's character.
The fact that we keep calling her Melissa, too. Like,
yeah,
I
exactly.
forgot that her character's name is Joey.
It's one of those things where it feels so forced and formulaic at this point because, as I said, like, the movie feels like we're going through the motions, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And it is fun in a lot of parts, but then it also kind of just drags because we as the audience know the formula. The only reason it was a surprising twist is because I didn't get it. Like, I didn't get the characters' motivations. Like, I don't know.
So, to talk about that, actually, the twist with Dan Stevens' character... It actually didn't surprise me just because I feel like it's a little bit like obvious because it's kind of given to us in a line that Melissa has early in the movie when she's kind of reading everyone, and she basically says about his character that he likes control and he likes power. So by the time we get to that point, like, obviously, he's, like, fighting for them to stay alive. But once I, like, knew the situation, I was like, oh, okay, he's definitely gonna be that guy. Because he's already been, like, the most unlikable asshole the whole time. So it wasn't really that surprising for me. I appreciate the full circle moment. But...
I don't know. I felt like it was, like... the way I felt about it, honestly, was like, I felt like that was his positive arc, you know? Like, he started out being a controlling asshole and needed control, and, you know, he got to a point where they were kind of working together. So when that twist happens, you're like, I guess? I mean, I feel like we just went through this whole movie and saw the opposite. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to, like, hold it to that. Because it was cute. It was just...
It was fun.
It's fun.
It's a fun, silly little movie.
You know, I'm same here. I liked it. It's just mid.
Yeah, I don't know if it's one that I would revisit a lot, but it's fun. It's cute. I think this really is Alicia Weir's movie. So hats off to Queen. She did a great job. And... yeah, and I am so sorry. I do apologize. I'm unfamiliar with this actor. But they frame this moment at the end where we finally are going to meet Abigail's dad. Spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. I'm sure you have. And they do this like shot, and you think you're gonna see like this actor that like everybody knows, and you're gonna be like, oh, you know,
Yeah,
like or
he's
like
a
a
famous
horror icon or
vampire
something.
actor or something, you know.
Yeah,
Robert Pattinson's gonna walk in the door.
Like, who am I gonna see? And then it's just this guy. I turned to Rocco and I went, who is that? Like, who is he? I don't know. I just made me laugh so hard because they just handed up like this big thing. And then it was like, who is he? He was good though. I mean, good job. He was in it for like, what, 2 minutes?
Yeah, I think he has one line and then the movie's over. Yeah, that's the other thing before we end. What's up with this movie having like 4 endings? I hate when they do that. Like, just end the damn movie. I don't gotta see it all. I don't care. I don't know. They were trying to fill in the time, I guess, the runtime.
Actually, yes, it did feel like that. That was kind of exhausting.
So what's your rating for this one?
So I am going to be giving Abigail 3.5 levs out of 5. I think this is a solid horror comedy, though I do feel like it's a little bit in the comfort zone. I still appreciate the practical effects and all the cute little things they were doing. It was a cute, fun little time.
Yeah. I'm going to give Abigail 3 levs out of 5. Initially, I said 3.5. But the more I sit with it, honestly, I forgot what movie this was until we started talking about it just now. So that could, be a testament to my bad memory, or it could just be that this movie was not that interesting. I definitely don't think it was bad. It was fun. It was an enjoyable watch. It's cute. Melissa Barrera, Catherine Newton. What more could you want in a movie? I just wish that it was not catered towards people whose sense of humor hasn't evolved since the last decade.
Oh my God.
I mean, listen, it wasn't as bad as Renfield.
Oh my God. Now that's going back decades of horror comedies. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps me a lot. And be sure to click that little notification bell to be up to date every single time I upload. And let me know in the comments, did you enjoy Abigail? What were some things you liked and didn't like? I'd love to talk about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.